But like for you to come and ask me for $3,000, you got to explain to me why you need $3,000. Okay. Even with all of that said, so let me fix the first part. I'm never going to be owed $3,000 because you ain't never going to be able to get $3,000 from me. Yo. Welcome back to another episode of The Great Deliberators. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Imperator Rose.
It's your boy, DK.
And one time for our boy, O-Beam.
Say your name, make your name ring. And this must be a new board because I don't have none of the things.
Oh, shit.
Okay, there we go.
I was playing with some settings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of threw our boy off. Anyway, man, hey, welcome back, y'all. How's everybody doing this week?
We made it to another week, dog.
Hey.
We made it to another week.
Count your blessings, baby, because everybody can't say that. Oh, speaking of that, man, I seen some shit on social media today. I ain't gonna talk about it. Man, there's some real jacked up people out here, dog. It's some really twisted people, bro. Man, so it was.
I haven't been on social media for real today.
It was
by social media. I mean Instagram because that's the only fucking social media I got.
But I don't pretty much only get on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah. But so it's this lady, man. I don't know her name. I don't even care to know her name. But she recently got convicted to life in jail because she went on like a 2-week vacation to Puerto Rico and like left her 6-month-old like in an apartment by herself. And here's the kicker, dog. When she got back,
she a nigga?
No. She was Hispanic.
Okay.
When she got back,
not okay.
Not okay.
Not okay. But
this is one of the situations where like I
don't know if we could go back.
Ain't no discrimination in this.
I don't know if we could go back and take that out because I feel bad saying okay. Like it's like some type of relief, but it's not okay. That is not okay.
Listen, man.
But I'm not gonna lie. If it was one of us, it was just gonna hurt a little bit more.
It just cuts a little deeper. Okay, all right. I can see that. You know, as a community, you don't want that stain on you. I feel you. But with that said, man, you
couldn't find no child care, dog?
Dog, listen to me. Hold on. I got to give you the plot twist here. So when she got home, she found her child unresponsive and called 911. After 2 weeks away of leaving a 6-month-old by themselves, she got home, found her child unresponsive.
Was she like a sex worker or something?
I don't know. She went to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks. Left her child alone for 2 weeks. Came back.
Do you know how dog, I'm a grown ass man with no kids. I can't even imagine going on vacation for 2 weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dog.
Like I'm legitimately.
How do you afford it?
I'm legitimately trying to figure out how I can map out a 4 to 5 day vacation.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And bro, this is on God.
Well, your life a little different though.
I'm legitimately trying to map out and see if I can do a 4 to 5 day vacation.
And really ain't too many jobs out here giving you 2 weeks off.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Not too many jobs can you just take a whole week off.
You know? Yeah.
Especially consecutively, because most jobs would be like, okay, you can take vacation days.
Yeah.
But you can only take up to maybe 2 or 3 consecutive days or something like that.
Well, I mean, usually you can take a week. But if you try to approach for 2 weeks, they might be like, I don't know what all that
is. Crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Man. Especially depending on your role and your title at your position.
6 months?
Yeah. 6 months old, bro.
What city did she live in?
I think she was in Ohio. I think she lived in Ohio.
No family? Nobody?
Bro, listen to me. It's, dog, the thing is right, like, we can't even tie this to, like, a fault of not having anybody to watch. It's just flat out evil. It's just no other way to look at it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The story that I sent you about the Chinese couple.
Oh, man. I don't be liking to see it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I read it.
Dog, I can't.
And I think for the first time this year, my heart felt like it was empty, man. Like I was in the car waiting on a client and I was starting to get emotional. Yeah. Because I don't know did you read it?
Nah, I started it and then I was like, man, I can't do this.
It's just like, as you read more, because the act itself, you get disgusted.
Yeah.
But then you start reading more and you're like, wait, let me just tell you guys, because we're not really going to discuss it because we both can agree there's a certain place in hell for, like, honestly, hell is not enough.
I don't even know hell. I'm about to say, I don't know if hell is enough.
There has to be a place. There has to be a place under hell that we can, like, legitimately send people to, or souls, and these are these kind of people. But it was a Chinese couple. It was a man and a woman, and they were just in a relationship. And dude was either recently divorced or just got separated from his wife, but him and his wife had 2 kids. I think there was like 5 and 3 or like 6 and 4, something like that. Very young kids.
Toddlers.
And what happened was he started a relationship with this new girl, currently his girlfriend, and she did not want to commit to him or like go, further the relationship while he had kids. So long story short, he threw these 2 children off of a 15-floor balcony. This is in China. Threw them off of a 15-floor balcony. And I was already like, damn, that's fucked up.
I didn't even know that.
And then come to find out that the girl, his daughter, it was a son and a daughter. The daughter, he tried to drop the daughter off the day that he was going to do this with the moms, which means that he was going to sacrifice his son pretty much, right? Wild, right? But it gets even fucking worse. The girlfriend, she was FaceTiming him and was about to slit her wrist and telling him that if you don't do it now, I'm going to kill myself. That's when he threw him off. And then afterwards, he went into this huge, like, emotional tirade where he was punching himself and hitting himself against the wall, just emotionally just going through it.
I mean,
but
it's
and last Wednesday, I don't know what's today's date. This is the 19th. So last Wednesday, on the 12th, or the 13th, the Chinese judicial system, or whatever, decided to put them to death by lethal injection.
I mean, what's the talking about?
And I'm kind of anti-death penalty, and that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, we can.
But in situations like this, where it's like it's a no-brainer. Part of me feels like lethal injection is getting off too easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just go and take them to the root, throw them off too.
Dog, I don't understand. If you do not want kids, there is something in place. There is something in place after you have a child where you can go and take them. Like if you want to go out on vacation,
especially in America,
if you want to go on vacation for 2 weeks, just go to a fire station, drop the baby off, ring the doorbell, and dip. Leave. You ain't gotta give no paperwork on the child, no nothing. And really nobody ain't gonna come look for you for real.
It's a limit to that though. I think it's like the first 90 days. But either way, you can walk into
this past 90 days. So what?
Yeah.
Like you can't tell me that the people that the firemen or firewomen aren't going to take that child in and call social services.
Yeah, you go to a hospital, to a police station, you go anywhere. Literally leave the kid in there and walk away, and that child will be taken care of. Like it's no reason to leave your child in a house by themselves for 2 weeks because you want to go on vacation. It's just next level evil, man.
You could have went to a church, put that child in the bathroom, and dip.
I'll tell you what really got me, man. Because, and the reason why I can't like really listen to stories like this anymore, beside the fact that like I have a child now.
And sorry, y'all, we should have put a disclaimer for people out there because this could be triggering. So we do apologize if you still made it past it.
It's this.
Maybe he'll put a disclaimer before we start.
Yeah, I'll try to post one. I will say that it's this documentary on Netflix. I forget what it's called. It's like called American Family Next Door or American Tragedy or something. It was one of the saddest stories I ever like encountered, and watching it seemed to be just like, and it's crazy because like we become so conditioned and like so like I guess numb to like death and like things that are messed up. So it starts out being like this, oh well, it's a husband that killed a wife type shit, right? And you can tell that that's where it's going, and then the plot twist comes, man, and spoiler warning, he winds up killing his children, but the way he does it is just in the most inhumane fashion ever. And dog, when I tell you that shit broke me down, I had tears. Like I'm telling you, just the thought of how he went through it. And like by this time, Raylan was like almost a year old, you know what I'm saying? And so like I look down at her, dog, and like I have tears like in my eyes because like I cannot fathom how this man murdered his children, like how he could do that. You get what I'm saying? Like
I was hitting
that shit. Just it literally broke my spirit that day, dog. Like I was done for like the rest of the day.
Yeah, this will be the last thing we discuss, and we can move past and actually get to the pod. But I remember in high school, a very very close friend of mine. She was pretty much in my circle. And you know, God rest her soul, she passed away. But she had a niece who used to come around every summer. And little girl, bro, like 8, 9 years old when I was in high school. And I remember like my senior year, it was she was just so sad. Like she was gone for a couple of days. Come to find out that the girl's father and mother were separated. They were doing co-parenting, whatever. He dropped the baby off at the grandparents' house of the mom.
Yeah.
Because you know they didn't interact, so they would use the grandparents
family members and
as
stuff.
like you know as Sweden pretty much. And bro, he decided that when he was time to drop them off, he shot the daughter, then shot himself on the driveway of the grandparents' house, bro. And just even like thinking about this, it fucked with me.
Yeah.
It fucked with me.
Yeah, no, that's heavy.
Because what's crazy is like she would come every summer, and for at least 3 summers.
Yeah.
I met her. Beautiful girl. So, I mean, great spirits.
Yeah.
You
Life just taken away too early, man.
And it's just like, man, what makes people do things like you need that kind of attention? You want the last word that much. Like, why not just sacrifice yourself?
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy about the Chinese situation is like, bro, they have a mom who was living in China.
Yeah.
They co-parent. Drop these 2 kids off over there and y'all just go elope.
Bro, just dip.
Just fucking
go be a terrible daddy. Just leave.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not you know what I'm saying? Like, cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I mean, man, you can't, the problem is
you can't understand it because you can't get in, you can't wrap your head around their logic.
Like, how do you, like, it's no way for me to even rationalize how to get to that point. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no way we could ever understand it, man. There's no point in trying to understand it. It's just, it amazes me the level of humanity that exists in the world, man. And so it's always terrible. And I hate talking about stuff like that. And that's why, like, you know me, like, I'm like a documentary buff. Like, if that's why, like, when you send me some shit, I probably done already seen the documentary on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, now when I'll be careful, man, I'll be like, I'll read the little clip thing real quick or the description. And like, if I see anything about children and shit, I just can't do it no more. Like, I guess it's been since like I had a child, but it's just some shit that like, I'm not numb enough. It's like, I can't do it. So,
dog. All right, man, let's get to the pod.
Yeah, let's get on to the pod, man, because we got some stuff to talk about.
We lost some viewers. Some viewers said this episode ain't for me.
Yeah, and don't start sharing no tragic shit because I don't need to know it. You know what I'm saying? Don't make this the time to start. You know what I'm saying? Commenting and shit. All right. With that being said, man, let's go.
Back 1,500. And the reason why I'm keeping an additional 500 is just based off of the stress and the tax that you put me through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't even accept 500 in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even be that person to be like, to settle on 500.
Yeah.
Fuck you, keep your 500.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just really down and out, you know what I'm saying? And I need that 5. But the reality is if I accepted 500, I was already down and out.
Yeah.
Which means that like, yeah, you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't even take that as like a fuck up on your, that to me is what I call karma, making sure that like I was made whole in the situation.
Yeah, that's always absolutely karma working.
But the reality
in your
is,
favor.
But to give the options, I'm keeping 3,000, I'm gonna send you back too. But if it's me right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to think of like the 2 to 3 people who like, bro, in my heart, like I still have love for them, but they owe me like stacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they accidentally sent me an extra 0 on some shit and would make me whole, I'm keeping an additional like $500 to $1,000 because of the months and years of me like having to deal with, you know what I'm saying? I could have made that money in S&P 500.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could have put that towards something and that could have been interest on top of that.
Invested it. I mean, shit, fuck it. You could have bought a fucking,
if I'm gonna be
built a patio outside. It doesn't matter.
If I'm gonna be honest, bro, you might want to catch me on a good day for you to even get the whole thing, for you to even get 2,000 back. Because if you catch me on a day where it's just like I just paid my rent or I just paid like a car note or my health insurance just came out or something like that.
You got some bad news just in general.
When I tell you it's a big fuck you.
Yeah.
Come get this money.
Yeah.
pull up and come get this money. That might be the attitude I have.
I'm telling you.
But, you know what I'm saying? God has blessed me. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to your mans. Appreciate you. God has blessed me. So I'm going to give you back your 2,000.
Yeah.
But the reality is, if I feel like, man, I was not blessed on that day, you're not getting back shit.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Let me interject here. Because first I got to fix some things here. All right. One, I never loaned that person $3,000 to begin with. Let's just go ahead and stress this out here, right? I get it. Some people got different pockets. Some people are a lot more. Some people are a lot more giving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really big on giving money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you was moving, fortunately that was like date night, so boy can help you. But like if you tell me, hey bro, I need your help moving next week, I'm gonna show up and help, right? Because that's my way of giving back to friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with like working on cars and shit, right? So like my family, they'll come over and be like, hey bro, hey, can you put this? I just put my cousin's AC compressor in like back in the summer. And I do that because that shit kind of sucks. But I know how terrible it is to ride around with no AC. I'm going to help my cousin out. You know what I'm saying?
I did that for 2 years.
Nigga, in the city of Houston?
Dog.
101 degrees? Nah, bro, I ain't putting my cousin through that. Go ahead and pull up, cuz. Yeah, so I put that in there. It took me about 4 hours, right? I ain't get paid for that. I mean, he slid me like $100, so I guess I did get paid. But that ain't the point. The point is here, is like my thing is in giving back. You know what I'm saying? I get like a little gift shit in here and there, but like for you to come and ask me for $3,000, you got to explain to me why you need $3,000. Okay. Even with all of that said, so let me fix the first part. I'm never going to be owed $3,000 because you ain't never going to be able to get $3,000 from me. Okay, cool. Since we fixed that part.
Ain't nobody getting $3,000 from me now. Back a couple of years ago, that was definitely the case. Like my heart is open to motherfuckers who I feel like just give me a story and just like, they down and out. You know what I'm saying? Because I be wanting to help, bro. If I feel like I'm blessed, like, man, let me try to extend this, extend this blessing to somebody else. But dog, the reality is that the people who have burnt me in the past, I'm sorry. Like the reality is I can't give nobody no kind of money now.
Now there's levels to this, right? Now if I got $100,000 sitting in the bank,
I'm still not giving you shit.
Probably.
No, and I'm not even joking, bro. I'm still not giving nobody shit.
I feel you.
Because the reality is that if you that down and out, if you were that financially responsible to be in the position where you are now, the reality is I don't see you getting out of that hole and being able to make me whole anytime soon. But, you know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is here is at $100,000, like I'm giving it to you. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not expecting it back. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm good enough to be able to pass off $3,000 because clearly I got it. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let me fix the second part of this. Let's just imagine a scenario here where you somehow got $3,000 out of me. There's no way I'm accepting $500. So let me fix that. I'm going to take $500 right now since that's all you got. You know what I'm saying?
That's the payment plan.
Yeah, like appreciate that. In another month, I'm going to need another $500. Okay? So ain't no way, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and take, you know what I'm saying, whatever, since that's all you got. And then third thing, I'm not giving you back a motherfucking dollar. Pull up if you want this shit. I swear to God on my life, you got me fucked up. Nigga, are you serious? The audacity you had to even text me and call me is beyond ridiculous. Matter of fact, if I see you again, I might slide you on site, bro. You better never pick up your phone again to call me, bro.
I'm going to keep it a bean. I had a homie who, he owed me a couple of thousand. You know what I'm saying? Woo. And, man, when I say a couple thousand, it's probably right now we looking at like 4, maybe 5. And this is like through years. But I will say this though. This nigga, like, at a certain point in my life, like I considered like, you know what I'm saying, like a brother. You know what I'm saying? So he was down bad, going through some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I like invested in his business by like, and when I said that he owes me this, I would like, let's say you selling these pops. I'm not trying to give too much information just in case people, you know what I'm saying, may know this dude. Yeah. But let's just say you're just selling these pops and you start a store and this and that and the third. And I might even really like into this pop shit. But I'm like, you know what, let me just go ahead and support my nigga Rav. Yeah. I'm gonna buy like $500 worth of pops off of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you like, hey, I'm gonna order your pops. You know what I'm saying? I need the 500 so I can go get them and I'm gonna this, that, and the third. No problem. I trust you. He did that shit on like $1,200 worth of merchandise. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Allegedly, shit happened, robbed, shit went, you know, the whole situation, the whole business went to shit. Cool. And then since he lost all that, he didn't have no income. And then he came out and asked me for some help. I did that. Then he pretty much hit me up on some like, hey man, like, you know what I'm saying? My bro going through a little situation. Can you help me out? Cool, I did that. Helped you out. And he promised, gave me his word.
Gonna pay you back.
You know what I'm saying? On the emergency shit, not on the merchandise shit.
Yeah.
But on the other shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna pay you back by this time, and I'm gonna do you in installments of blase. This nigga a couple months ago, like maybe last month or 2 months ago, pulled up in Houston and sent me. We haven't talked in like months. And the last time we talked, I was very irate and I was very pissed off about the whole situation. I was just on some like, hey bro, if you're not gonna pay me, just say you're not gonna pay me, so we can just, you know what I'm saying, know what it is at that point. Not that I'm gonna do something, but it's just like if you're not gonna pay me, obviously we not fucking with each other.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? To me, money's money. I love my money. You know this. You know this.
Who don't love money though?
You know this. Nah, but I'm a different nigga when it comes to like when it comes to my money. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you that different. There's a lot of niggas like that.
A lot of motherfuckers say that they'll put in this work for some money. I will put in this work for some money.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I work hard for the money that I get. And I mean that sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like 7 days a week, putting in minimum 65 to 70 hours a week, minimum. You know what I'm saying? And going over and beyond what is expected of me to get the bread that I have. And I'm not saying that I've made it or I've arrived, but I'm definitely feeling like I'm climbing this, you know what I'm saying, mountain of success. But that's neither here or there. But I say this to say that like I'm not pressed for the bread, but it's one of them things that like at the time it was a pressable situation.
Mm-hmm.
For me to give you that kind of bread at that time, bro, like I'm giving you like a week's worth of income.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of like hours put in. This nigga had the audacity to just like, hey, I'm in your city, got a, you know what I'm saying, got a section, you should pull up. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, some of these people are out of touch with reality like a motherfucker.
What the fuck are you talking about, dog?
Yeah.
Pull up. Do you not know that if I pull up, that this is like, we are not gonna be on some just dap each other up type shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no, even if I'm a millionaire, dog,
Mm-hmm.
like right now it's about the straight principle that you go ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you have the audacity to tell me, I'd rather you just pull up to the city and just like live your life. You ain't gotta tell me that you arrived. My nigga, like, bro.
Listen, man, you ain't gotta explain to me, man, because like I said, at this point in my life, the reason why I said like I would give somebody $3,000 is because that's the only way you're getting money out of me. Is because like if I give it to you, it's because I don't intend to get it back, right? Like I can't loan you money that I don't have. So if I'm able to loan you money, it's because I have it and don't need it and don't see myself ever needing it back ever again, right? Which means like I'm super good. Just like if a family hit me up and say they need $100, I can squeeze out $100. And again, like it depending on what we talking about, right? So. And that's why I say, like, if you gonna come to me and ask me for $3,000, you need to explain to me in totality. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, you may think not, but it's a lot of people that ask you for money and don't feel like they need to explain shit to you.
Yeah,
you know
get the fuck out my face with that one.
Yeah, so it's all like.
If you come ask me for money, it's just like the bank. You gonna have to explain what you need this loan for.
The fuck?
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they need a whole business plan. They need the shit in writing.
Yeah, you might be trying to go to Coachella or some shit. I don't know what the fuck you need this $3,000 for. You know what I'm saying? But either way, that's neither here nor there.
But I'm also gonna tell you this though, Rav. A lot of people are financially irresponsible, bro.
A lot.
America, you know what I'm saying? I don't even care about the economy that we in right now. If you really need some bread, you can figure it out within a month or two. You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna have to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta realize, like the reason why I'm saying this is that I will never give advice for something that I have not done or that I would not do.
Yeah.
And I mean that for real, bro. I'm not one of them niggas to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, go out there and after you get off of work, go put another 20, 30 hours a week doing Uber or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, to go get the hustle. Let me tell y'all something. I do that shit. Yeah. Not currently, you know what I'm saying? But I've done that.
Nigga was late to pods because he was out here Uber eating. So I can attest to that shit.
Like, so it's one of them things like, bro, if you need an extra 1,000, extra 2,000, you can make $1,000 in a week off of Uber, bro. Now, are you gonna lose about, you know what I'm saying, 3 to 4 hours of sleep that you normally would get? Yes. Are you gonna run off with 3 or 4 hours of sleep that day? But how bad is your emergency? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Niggas is not willing to sacrifice shit to like handle shit. They're not really everybody talk about standing on business, but they don't want to really do the work to do the shit. Yeah. So when I tell you, motherfucker can come to me and ask me for any kind of bread, I don't give a fuck. The answer is no. I can hand you an opportunity if I can.
Well, I do want to interject here for just a second because I don't even think it's so much that people ain't willing to stand on business. It's just that a lot of times people want it to be easy. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is like they need to they need to hit the bottom. Like when I say the bottom, meaning like nobody is handing them money. As long as someone gives somebody money, they don't think their back is really against the wall. You know what I'm saying? So the reality here is like, and I know people like that though. I got a cousin, man. He'll tell you, man, he'll never ask somebody for money. Like unless he's exhausted every option, turned off his cable, damn near all he got is lights, car note, and rent. If like unless he like at his bare minimum, that's the only way he come in to ask you for money. But like the thing is like you talking about like with Uber and shit, people just don't think like that. People don't think about going to go get a second job or going to go. They feel like, hey, I can just go borrow this money real quick, save up, and then I can just pay this person back. You know what I'm saying? So to that person's, how can I put it, ignorance, it's just that they're not even thinking, you know what I'm saying? They're thinking linearly. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking outside the box. Like how else I can create revenue.
For them to come ask you some bread, for them to come ask you for some bread, that means they've already exhausted their credit cards. They've already exhausted. That's what I'm telling you. Maybe they
ain't got credit cards. There's a lot of people that ain't got credit cards.
If you ain't got credit cards, that means that you're irresponsible. Respectfully, and it's not. And when I say that you're irresponsible, that just no. When I say that, but when I say it's irresponsible, that means if you got to come to me and ask me for bread before you go get a credit card, that's a problem.
But I mean, my thing is too.
That's a problem. You get what I'm saying?
I can't always know your situation, right? And so again, maybe you made some bad investments. Maybe you put too much into your business. We don't know. Maybe you gambled. Maybe you risked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and although that is being financially irresponsible, if you telling me that like, yo, I pumped too much money into this business, believing in myself, and like I just liquidated too many assets. Okay, cool. Like I'm understanding like where you're coming from. But if you're telling me that like you just ain't got it,
I don't understand where you're coming from. But I hear.
But again, if you telling me that you just don't have it because you just working regular and like just you ain't got the money, like well, what you mean? Like how you living? Like what are you spending on? I mean, you got to be able to explain to me I can rationalize why you might need some help. That don't mean I'm gonna help you, but at least I'll be understanding.
And I guess, well, speaking about financial irresponsibility.
Yeah, let's go and segue into.
That's a good segue, huh?
Yeah, segue into.
Speaking about gambling.
So, Mr.
Financial responsibility.
Let me pull this up here real quick.
Mr. Man. I want to be a billionaire himself.
Yo, so Bruno Mars, I'm going to read the first part of this article.
This is weird. We're going to have to get into
because this has since been retracted and
is it retracted?
It has been retracted. It's like when I went to the article, it's been updated. It says MGM now denies claim that Bruno Mars owes $50 million gambling debt with the casino. So I seen this on Saturday, or was it Monday? I think it was this weekend, right? That it dropped. Let me see. When was this article first dropped? It was first dropped March 16th. So yeah, this was Sunday. So Sunday we seen an article dropped by Complex saying that Bruno Mars had owed MGM Resort and Casino. He was on the hook for $50 million. First part of the article says the 24K Magic singer announced a multi-year residency with MGM Resorts International in 2016, performing at the Hospitality Giant Parks MGM Resort in Las Vegas. However, the relationship between the 38-year-old and the hospitality giant may have gone sour as the singer's gambling has allegedly racked up large debts at the poker tables in Las Vegas, according to the news station. He owed millions to the MGM, a Vegas insider told the outlet. Another source added that the debt is as high as $50 million. Here's the kicker that was a part of this article that made me question it, though.
All right.
Because it says MGM basically owned him. He makes $90 million a year off the deal he did with the casino, but then he has to pay back his debt, added the insider, claiming that the singer only makes $1.5 million per night after taxes. Oh, well, damn. Sorry to hear that. It really sucks. He only makes $1.5 million after taxes and all of that shit. Anyway, but it got updated yesterday. MGM Resorts International has denied allegations that Bruno Mars is in debt with the Global Hospitality Entertainment Company. They put out a statement saying, "We're proud of our relationship with Bruno Mars, one of the world's most thrilling and dynamic performers," MGM wrote to a statement provided to Complex. From his shows at Dolby Live at Park MGM to the new Pinky Ring Lounge at the Bellagio. Bruno's brand of entertainment attracts visitors from around the globe. MGM and Bruno's partnership is longstanding and rooted in mutual respect.
Gas him up.
Okay.
Now, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Raph, if you my employee.
Yeah.
If you my employee and you, let's just say that you make about $150 in a year off of me. Okay, that's how much your work is worth. $150.
$150 a year.
We're just saying $150 in this week.
Okay,
that's how much I was supposed to give you.
Yeah,
but let's just say that you eat about $100 worth of product.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in debt $100, or do I now just owe you $50?
I would now if you me, I only owe you $50. I'm taking this out your tab.
Okay, so can both things be true?
To an extent.
Can both things be true? Because Shannon Sharp said this on Nightcap. He said that he has someone who he trusts.
Yeah.
Was at the table with Mr. Bruno himself.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And Mr. Mars lost $17 million.
Okay.
At one table in a sitting.
Yeah.
Right? That is what Shannon Sharp said. So I'm going to take that as at least some type of validity to the story. Now, do I think that, and then also I heard that he had a separation with one of his group members.
Yeah.
Because the group member, and this is what the group member said, that he's in debt and is owing people money. Therefore, he's not able to get more capital himself. I think that this particular member wanted more money, wanted to be paid more.
Yeah.
And wasn't able to get more because Bruno is, whatever. So that's what kind of came out.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I think both things can be true. They never said that Bruno Mars did not lose millions of dollars through MGM or this, that, and the third. Nah.
Well, yeah, he probably lost millions.
What they said was he is not in debt with us. How you gonna be in debt when we pay him?
Yeah,
we just take it out of.
Yeah, but also you could, but that ain't the way that shit probably would handle legally. Because if Bruno took you to court, like I'm pretty sure they gonna have to pay up. Whether or not you owe him, I mean, probably in the exact same time where he files his lawsuit, you might be able to file one against him. I mean, I don't know how the legality of that works.
That'd be a very tough thing to go ahead and do with a lawsuit, especially knowing that you may not want this shit public. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion.
I got you. But what I will say though, for sure is, because of course they're gonna try to handle it outside the courtroom. But my thing is I'm pretty sure it's just not as black and white as, oh, well, you owe us $50 million, so we ain't got to pay you this $90 million. You know, that ain't how shit worked though.
No, of course. Of course.
So in which case, I'm pretty sure they work it out. I'm pretty sure it can get worked out to where, well, I mean, you owe us $50 million, bro. So like,
how you want to handle this?
Yeah, how you want to handle this? Here's what I will say. I don't know what else Bruno Mars has going on in his life, but I see two possible scenarios here.
First and foremost, praying for this nigga Bruno Mars, because I think at the very least we can say that he has I'm willing to call it an addiction.
If you're losing millions,
if you're losing no, but even if it's not 50 million,
you're willing to call it.
But listen,
it's absolutely an addiction.
If it's not 50 million, if you're willing, if you're out there losing millions, millions, you know what I'm saying, at the casino. And I don't care what you do as a job. You know, this is supposed to be like entertainment and fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see you losing 100,000, maybe 2-3 million, depending on. But if you're losing upwards of 10 or plus million of dollars, like, yeah, we have a problem.
Okay, so we had technical difficulties there for a second. Camera overheated for a little bit, so we are back. Allow me to get my perspective in here from getting back to the Bruno Mars thing. Now, I see two possibilities here. And both can be true. It can be a combination of both situations. But here's what I think. I think, one, somebody from Complex trusted their insider, and somebody was probably clout chasing for a payday.
Okay.
Said something that was wrong. And that person probably is now looking for a new job. You know what I'm saying? Because you ran a major story and it may not have had any truth to it, and you went off of a source.
Oh, Complex retracted it.
Yeah, Complex retracted.
All right, then it's true.
Huh?
It's not 50
Not
million.
necessarily. That money, all MGM has to say is like there's no truth to that at all. Who the fuck gonna prove it? You know what I'm saying? Like Complex isn't about to go to war. Complex isn't about to go to war to prove that. All they have is a source.
Yeah, but for you to retract it means that you're about to get hit with a lawsuit. Most of these news outlets will not retract the story, even if. Well,
let me say they didn't retract it, but they updated the article. So let me not say they retracted it, not like they pulled the article.
Okay.
So
because that's important. Yeah, when you retract something, that means that somebody said, "Hey, take this shit down now." or else, and then you decide to take it down.
But again, and also we're at that point now where once something's out in the ether, it's kind of no point in doing it anyway. So you might as well just update the article. So to me, updating the article almost seems like a retraction, because that means that the person's going to the article, like you didn't write a new article to you know what I'm saying, whatever, like you updated an article that was already written. So there's two possibilities here, right? Because like we don't think about that shit, but like even sources clout chase. Somebody probably needs some money.
And
you know what I'm saying?
It's very easy to just say sources and we don't know who the fuck it is. And sometimes that's irritating, bro.
And you know how giddy somebody's gonna get if they get a whisper of like somebody like Bruno Mars owing $50 million? Oh yeah, this story about to run. You know what I'm saying?
20 million turns into this, turns into that. Now it's 50.
I like to, and that's what I'm saying, right? So to flow into the other comment, to the other situation, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Now I know he's getting paid $90 million a year, and from the MGM Grand thing, and then he still performs shows all year long on top of all that, right? But again, people spend money recklessly. Just because you got money doesn't mean that you know how to manage it. You know what I'm saying?
You should not be spending no $50 million. You should not be losing $17 million in a night.
I got you.
But continue.
But again, I mean, and Shannon is quoting somebody who he believed. So even still, I'm not saying that Shannon's wrong. That person could be exaggerating.
Yeah, you're right.
And 17 million could have been 700,000 or 7 million. 7 million is still a shit ton of money, but 7 million really ain't a lot to a motherfucker who's making 100-some million a year. You see what I'm saying? Because if you make it 90 just for MGM, I looked up the dates. Man, that motherfucker performed like 20 times. That's it. He do 20 shows a year for MGM, and he making 90 million. Hey,
I mean, he got some hitters, but
Bruno
I'm just saying,
like that.
But are people really spending that kind of money?
Bruno like that. Bruno like that. So again,
he did perform at the Super Bowl.
So again, like
he did perform. At the
you
Super
telling
Bowl.
me this man making $150 million a year, probably, right? Let's just estimate in like a general range.
Damn, I should have been a singer, dog.
Dog, hey, yo, why couldn't
fucking artist?
God had blessed me with gifts.
I want to be a bit. No, yo, I can hold a note, man.
Hey, look.
God
damn. It's a lot of niggas making it who ain't all that gifted vocally.
I can hold a note.
I'm just saying, if we can get an engineer, But anyway, we're digressing. The point I'm saying here is right. So, and then one, he could be, but I can't fathom. And again, who knows? Because these people will be out here being reckless, and for all they know, it could have been one of them situations where Bruno didn't even know how much he owed. You know what I'm saying? Because MGM ain't gonna tell him. They just let him keep racking that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so here go Bruno. He in there, loft me $2 million, loft me $3 million. You know what I'm saying? He ain't putting it together, right?
Do you think there should be a law on how much an individual could lose at a casino, like in a given night?
Nah, not their own money. See, my problem is with the whole loaning out this money anyway. These niggas are millionaires.
But a lot of these casinos be giving these.
They're millionaires.
Giving them money on credit.
Exactly, but that's my problem. They're millionaires. These people are rich. The fuck you loaning Bruno Mars $50 million for? MGM got to hold a shit ton of culpability in this shit. The fuck you loaning him $50 million for? Like, that's the real problem. See, nobody be asking the right questions, and that shit be irking the hell out of me.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, y'all loan this nigga $50 million?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like at that point, he shouldn't be held liable. If you loaning that kind of money out, unless you are an institution like a bank, because a bank is not.
Oh, I guarantee you MGM has probably a banking charter. I can almost guarantee it.
They have to. But either way,
I can almost guarantee
that is not. Okay, so what are you using, you know what I'm saying, to say that this is a qualified loan? Like, this is a good loan. You get what I'm saying? Like, Bruno Mars can't just walk into a bank right now and say, I need $50 million. They're going to ask questions like, what is this for? But
I'm good with loaning kind of money if you putting up collateral. You see what I'm saying? Like, so let's say you put your contract up for collateral. Okay. See, now I'm not going to pay you this $90 million. It's $100 million we generate off.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's what I think kind of happened. If I'm going to be honest.
I don't know the stipulations for how they loan this money, right? I'd imagine that you have to.
Which is why I feel like MGM can come out and say that Bruno Mars does not owe us or does not have a debt because, he doesn't have a debt. He doesn't owe us money.
Because
you know what I'm saying? Because
we ain't paying him.
Yeah. But I mean,
But I would imagine that at least in some degree, some capacity,
because let's be
you got to put up some collateral.
MGM is not giving away $50 million without having some type of insurance that they're going to get their money back.
To get it back.
So if they know that you have a deal with them that's worth $90 million, this is why I said that both can easily be true.
Yeah.
Both can easily be true. Now, I will say this, though. I believe Complex will not just run a story off of one nigga. They normally run it off of two. That's normally how it works when it comes to the news industry, right? You got two stories. You have to corroborate them.
Yeah, you got to verify it.
And even after you corroborate them, it can't just be off of like words. They would need some type of evidence and proof or whatever. So I believe Complex, I trust them as a viable news source. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying they say with one source saying up to like 50 million. So even still, like, just to get to like the end of my first point, it's also possible that he doesn't owe anywhere near 50 million. It could be 10. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like it takes somebody saying he owes up to like 50 million, and that's a source because he owes money.
50 is, bro, that could be from 1 million all the way to 50 million.
Yeah.
So what is that's a huge gap.
And I'm saying somebody owing 50 million, bro, let me tell you something. If you owe me 10, I just imagine this has to be the way it works. If you owe me 10, you're not getting the 20. It's not happening.
You're sure as hell not getting the 30.
Bro, these people, like these.
He's not getting the 30.
No, these
like, that's
people.
like I just told you a story about my homeboy. That's like him calling me right now. Hey, man, oh my God. I lost my car, my house, and my chick.
Sorry
I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Can you just, I know I owe you about 4 G's, but can you just lend me out another 4,500?
Hey, because I'm saying, right?
You know what I'll tell him? Hey, come pull up. I got it in cash.
I'm just saying, my thing is, I feel like if Bruno Mars is up to like 20 million, he all like, hey, can y'all front me another 5? Hey, I'm gonna need you to bring this balance down to 10 million. Then we can front you another 5. You see what I'm saying? Like at some point, your ledger hits a point where you gotta like ask, like, hey, you need to pay down some of this balance. Like, we're just not gonna keep fronting you millions of dollars and you don't have anything, you're not paying the debt down. To me, $50 million just seems so egregious and outrageous. Even for somebody you're paying $90 million to perform in your casinos, $50 million just seems so outrageous and so ludicrous that I just can't see anybody getting there. But as we've learned, these banks and these casinos and people, they be operating wild. Yeah. So I can't put it past them either. But I'm 90% sure that Bruno, my takeaway from it is Bruno probably owes them some money, but it's probably not nearly as egregious as 50 million. And that's all I'm saying. So
I will say this though, hopefully this is a wake-up call for him. Like, hey bro, get the fuck up out the casinos, dog. Get up out of there. The reason why these casinos got built is often people losing money. You know what I'm saying? You is not.
I mean, that's the only way it makes money.
Come on, man. You like unless you just a professional poker player or something like that, which even them take L's, you gon' lose. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, it's even bad for you to win sometimes because now you mentally think that, oh, this endorphin just happened, now I can win again. Mm-hmm. And you end up you lose more than what you just lost.
Once you lose
more than what you just won.
You're trying to recoup. So who knows which one is worse, man? But yeah, like I said, I don't gamble because I just don't have the capacity to do that shit.
I like to gamble. And I may gamble like 2-3 times out of the year. But I would literally walk into a casino with money, swear to God, that I'm like, oh, if this goes to zero, I'm good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good.
I'm never good.
I've never sat at a table. I've never lost more than like 1,500 at a table at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may walk into a casino and be like, I'm bringing a stack, 1,200, 1,500. And sometimes I've made bread. Majority of the time, I have lost. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But is it entertainment? It's fun while you're doing it until you get up off that table and you got to walk to your room. You got to walk to your room with like
pennies.
Nothing. Fuck a penny. I'll take a penny. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had a penny, I put it on the table trying to get $2 to eventually get to $1. So I'll take a penny. And then you ain't walking away with shit.
Woo.
You ain't got nothing. You almost debating, should I pull out this debit card and hit the ATM? So no, fuck a penny. I ain't got nothing.
Shit. Oh man. Okay. All right. With that being said though, man, let's segue back into this next one we're about to get into. Okay, man. So a cousin I talk to a lot. It's probably the person I talk to the most outside of Trish. And you probably, because you like the second person I talk to the most.
Are you for real? We don't even talk that much.
I know. That should tell you something, right? Well, outside the group chats and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm in a lot of group chats. I don't be saying shit.
Yeah.
I don't be saying shit. I just felt bad because I just said our last pod to these podcasts, to the group chats. And I know they're like, this nigga DK just out of nowhere just gonna drop a link to a fucking fuck your podcast.
Too much. Yo, so he sent me a clip from Bomani Jones. Not a clip, but he sent me this this pod from Bomani, and he has some criticisms of cryptocurrency. And I promise not to dwell down this lane too much more anymore, right? But I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had because we talk about it, but I've never really done a good explanation of why I believe in crypto and why I think that like it's kind of the future of finance. But with that being said, so it was he was asked a question by one of his by a correspondent or listener or whatever. And his corresponding question was why crypto won't die. And then he said that the guy said that he wrote like an article back in 2021 after, the crypto mania and all the things that happened with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and all that and the downfall of that. And he was all like, but crypto just won't seem to die because as always, crypto's climbing back up, getting ready to go on another bull run. And so he was all like, as always, cryptocurrency won't die. But Money Jones admitted that, that he doesn't fully understand crypto and that, yeah, people can't keep telling it. You can't keep explaining to people that it's a Ponzi scheme and all that. But he did admit that he did get into a debate with someone who was a Bitcoiner and that he made a very compelling argument for Bitcoin. Not cryptocurrency, but a very compelling argument for Bitcoin. So at least he was willing to admit that like, hey, I seen like a little shed of light through somebody explaining the process of Bitcoin, but not so much cryptocurrency. With that being said, I'm going to place a little clip here right quick and I'm going to react to it and explain to you exactly. And just from listening and watching it, you're going to see where I'm going to go with this argument. But let's listen to it and I'm going to come back and I'm going to explain to you kind of the process of how I've gotten through my journey and what's kept me here. So here we go.
You had the painting from the beginning of Good Times.
I have that painting now.
You still have it?
The Sugar Shack.
I thought you sold that painting.
The duplicate of that painting. Ernie Barnes, who painted the original, painted the duplicate, and the duplicate just sold at Christie's.
For like over $1 million.
$16 million.
$16 million?
For the duplicate.
You have the real one?
I have the real one.
Oh, boy. I hope the house is locked up.
Hey, I think I paid 50 grand for that picture.
Wow.
From Marvin, after Marvin Gaye passed away, I bought it from his estate. And yeah, I got.
So you're rich then?
Yeah, I got that painting.
All right, so so if y'all indulge me for about 10 minutes, I'm gonna do some explaining here. I'm gonna go through about 3 reasons as to why, 3 or 4 reasons, right? And I'm gonna try not to dwell off the beaten path too much because
a lot of motherfuckers right now.
Sometimes I'll be ranting. Okay,
some people about to hit pause, go take a shower, go do whatever they do.
But if you would allow me to indulge you, I truly want you to understand it from my perspective and the way that I've seen it. Okay, one is. Yes, you got to kind of block out the noise and block out the FUD, right? Like, remember, there's an old saying, say, hey, watch what they do, not what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of FUD in the world right now. And FUD, you can, it's like an acronym for like fear, uncertainty, and doubt or whatever, right? So it's a lot of FUD regarding the crypto community and the purpose of it. And a lot of it gets washed out by like there being like 11,000 fucking coins and shit. And like a lot of them really actually don't have a purpose and don't do anything. But with that being said, I want y'all to understand something that one of the original conversations I had that truly sold me on crypto, like where like I put my feet down and like truly planted in and started like investing hardcore was when Vince first got out of jail, man. Me and Vince had a conversation just over his time in jail, you know, what it was like. He walked me through that whole process. And then he told this story about how like they use sardine cans in jail as currency. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, didn't matter how old they were, didn't matter what it was, didn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had never been open. Shit, some cans as old as, 20 some years, you know what I'm saying?
Can't even eat them.
Like, don't open them shits, you know what I'm saying? But hey, like, if boys trying to barter in jail, like, yo, boys was pulling up with sardine cans. And so this led me down this journey where like I truly had to like take this grasp on in reality and realize that like people will extrapolate value from anything. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is.
Tulips.
It's just that like it will always happen. So in the first part of this conversation, I want y'all to understand that y'all have to understand that cryptocurrency challenges arguably the largest institution in the world, and that is the financial system. And the financial system has changed over time, right? So in the beginning, you traded wheat, cows, rice, corn, all that shit, right? Eventually, we got to the point to where, hey, precious metals and rubies and diamonds and shit, spices, hey, these things are cool. You know what I'm saying?
Slaves,
Well, I'm saying, right? That became that, but then, you got rubies, diamonds, all that. Okay, then we moved to what's called paper currencies, where essentially they're supposed to be IOUs, right? So like this was just, hey, I'll give you this. You can take this to a bank, you know what I'm saying? And you could exchange that for actual real money, which was supposed to be gold, silver, or whatever the currency was. Fast forward, we eventually get to like actual paper dollars. You no longer have to go trade it in. Money's supposed to be backed by gold. And sometime in the late 70s or early 70s, Richard Nixon took us off of that. And so now we have what's called a fiat system. And so just for a lack of doing a long explanation, a fiat system just means that it's a money that is literally just agreed upon to be used, or currency. It's a currency that's agreed upon to be used. It's backed by nothing. Nothing is technically, other than if you're a country, you have a government, you can say that this is what you can use in my country in order to purchase things, expel goods, all that type of shit. So with that being said, what you have to understand is crypto challenges that system, and that system has failed us, and it is failing us. Okay. It doesn't matter how long we go down this road. Like I've talked about this many times. I don't want to stress over it again, but y'all have to understand that as long as they keep printing money, there is an end somewhere, right? And so again, I find myself at times struggling between whether or not this shit is going to go apocalyptic and the world's going to come crashing down really fast, or they're just going to decide to flip a switch and decide to go somewhere else. So my thought process here is what system, what is foundationally being laid right now to where that switch can be flipped quick? And no matter how much you want to deny it, crypto offers the best case scenario for that switch to get flipped easily. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Bitcoin, which is a irrefutable, determined amount of property, whether it's digital property, whether you want to call it or not. It cannot be manipulated. You cannot make more. You can only lose it. You know what I'm saying? And that can be lost through many different ways, but either way, but even as more gets lost, it then becomes more valuable, because whether or not you want to admit it, scarcity creates value. 100%. You just literally watch Eddie Murphy explain that a painting he bought for $50,000, he has the original. It's sold. The second version of it sold for $16 million. He has the original. You know what I'm saying? Like when people ask, like, oh, what gives Bitcoin value? What gives art value? What gives Pokemon card value? What gives gold value? What gives baseball cards value? You get what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. Crypto has been around for 14 years, Bitcoin specifically, because it was technically the first like mainstream crypto. They had some before, but I don't feel like getting technical here. But it's been around for 14 years. It goes up, it goes down. As the time goes on, it keeps going up. And as it goes down, it sort of, so with each curve as it goes up, it doesn't come down as far as low as it did the time before. So it's starting to stable out. The market is here. If you want to know what gives it value, we give it value. It's been given value because there are markets and people who have decided that I believe in this and I want to put my money into it. So therefore it's now a market. And for all we know, this may be the last like super bull run. And I don't want to say that so people, because this is not financial advice. So I'm not telling you to get in here and spend all your money to try to get as many games as you possibly can. But with these ETFs and like actual like full-fledged number one and number two financial asset managers in the world creating ETFs for this thing, we do not know after this point with whether or not we will have another bull run like this. So with all of that being said, I just want y'all to understand that whenever you need to ask the question, like what gives it value, the same thing that gives anything in society value. You know what I'm saying? The society, we decided that, hey, this is something that we want to put our money into because the current thing that we have as money is not operating correctly for us. You know what I'm saying? And as anyone can tell you, whenever there's a need for something, somebody will create a solution. And Bitcoin, there's some other ones too, but me personally, majority of my crypto assets are in Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the solution to the problem. If you ever need to know, go read the white paper. He talks about the 2008, 2009 financial crisis and what caused that. And that essentially made him create Bitcoin. So that way the money supply couldn't be inflated anymore. And now you see that it's gone from niggas buying a pizza for like 10,000 of them to niggas being able to buy 10,000 pieces with one of them. You know what I'm saying? So like this argument that we have over and over again all the time, where I be going back and forth with family members.
How stupid feels to spend 10,000 Bitcoin on one pizza?
Here's what I would say. I as a understander of what Bitcoin is supposed to be, to a certain extent, my heart breaks for him, but at the same time,
he probably got a lot more.
The purpose of it was to spend it. Like, in order to make it more mainstream, they need to get out and use it, you know what I'm saying? To show people there was a viable currency. For all we know, his sacrifice might have catapulted to where we are today. Who knows? who knows the time and period.
But he got a lot.
But
if he's spending 10,000 Bitcoin on a pizza, he probably had hundreds of thousands or millions of Bitcoin.
But also, I want y'all to understand that like a lot of people who had a lot in the beginning, they kind of cashed out around the $1,000, $3,000 hype. You know what I'm saying? When Bitcoin went from like $100 to like 3,000, a lot of people cashed out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too many people still sitting with like their treasure trove of like Bitcoin from like when it was like $5, $6. So, because trust me, it'd be really hard for you to have 1,000 Bitcoin and not have cashed out at some point by now. That's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? But even with all that said, not to just so I can close this out, I really want y'all to understand that like, hey, this personally is how I feel. We are probably witnessing the greatest wealth transfer in the history of the world. Okay. Y'all have to understand that when you see people like Jamie Dimon, who is the CEO of JP Morgan, people like Dave Ramsey, like, of course, they don't want you to invest into it. Like, I want y'all to understand something. Like, the technology of crypto in general is game changing. Like, it means that you actually own your own money. So, like, if my daughter is in France and she lost her wallet, don't have her ID or whatever, all she has is her phone, I can literally transfer her money instantly. Do you know if you try to send your daughter or somebody who lost their wallet and all that money overseas, do you know how fucking long it would take for them to be able to get it? You know what I'm saying? It would take a week at most. If you just try to transfer money before Cash App, you know what I'm saying? It used to take 2 or 3 days for somebody to get money through a bank. Now you can do it instantly through Cash App, but try to send that shit to somebody overseas. It's all these different intermediaries and all this other shit. It's like, yo, like, this is the future. You mean to tell me that I can send somebody halfway across the world a Facebook message, but I can't send them money?
Yeah.
Which is far more important than a fucking message. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take it into totality, take some time, think about it, learn up on it. If at the end of all of this, you still don't decide to invest in it, cool. It is what it is. But I'm telling you that block out all the FUD. If you look at it and you decide, hey, I don't believe in it because of this, and this, okay, cool. But if you're just citing somebody who's just saying something, because every time someone cites somebody to me who I'm trying to get into it, they never really say anything. And though I love Bomani, and I think he's a very intelligent, highly intelligent motherfucker who can very articulate himself, he didn't say a lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? He just basically said, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme. Well, how is it a Ponzi scheme? Like, explain it. Like, just saying something doesn't mean that it's true. And so again, 14 years strong, here we still are, market's still going strong. Matter of fact, even more institutional money flowing into it. And people still trying to say that like, yo, this shit is like rigged. Okay. All right. Well, you know, teach his own. So, all right. That's my rant for the day, y'all. All right.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know too much about Bitcoin the way this man does, but I do know this. I'm going to get on the wave, and that's what I've been doing. I'm dead ass. I'm not even, bro, I'm not joking.
I feel you. No, I got you.
I'm not joking. Like, it's the same thing when it comes to stocks and all of that. Like, and getting my crib, which I'm finally over it, man. Mm-hmm. I have an investment property, y'all.
Yo.
I no longer am a homeowner. I'm an investment property owner. So
hey, that sounds just as good, man.
2 of them things.
Okay.
But I will say there's one of them things where you see a wave of like, man, people are like, you know, BlackRock is buying up these houses. I might need to buy me a house and like put it out for rent because it might be scarce later on, right? So when you see things like that, you just get on. 9 times out of 10, 9 of them might fail, right? But if one of them succeed, that might be the stable thing that keeps you up. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you diversify.
Keeps you in the green at all times. So I'm not 100%. You know, all my money does not flow into Bitcoin.
I would not
but I will
that.
say that, like, for me, where I'm at right now in my life, I spend in a month anywhere between $200 and $500 on Bitcoin. And by Bitcoin, I just mean crypto in general. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin is the one that I would go into the most, but I'm also into altcoins. Raph is not into them like I am.
No, not really.
But I mean, they've been doing great. I think today was a pretty fucking bad dip.
It's been a bad couple of days.
It's been a bad fucking dip.
As I make this argument.
Yeah,
it's been a bad dip. Couple of days.
But then look at this. I look at my HSA account. Man, I'm up, you know what I'm saying, almost 3-4%. I look at my IRA account, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at all these other areas, you start saying, okay, if everything is stable, everything is up and green, I'm still up on even on my crypto, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit up here and get upset. It's better than me having money in the couch that's making nothing. So
and again, I can't sit up here and tell you it's gonna make you rich. And that's half the problem, right? Half the problem is people think they're like, oh well, I ain't get it at 3,000. It's not. Like, the point is to invest and to get the compound interest. So if you dollar cost average, when the shit hits $1 million a coin, guess what? This is now your net worth. Is growing. That's the purpose.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My biggest fear with like us as a people, and us, I mean, you know, black folks, not racist, but
man, say it with your chest. Us.
Yeah.
Black people.
Nah, you know, I gotta say this now because
you got a livelihood to protect.
I got an image to protect.
Hey, shout out to you for admitting that, dog. Trauma for my boy.
Yeah.
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell the truth.
I'm gonna say this. My biggest fear, man, is that we are so into wanting to be consumers that we feel like that is what is gonna keep our status as being like the best consumer. And the reality is that, we are not putting money away thinking that we're going to be alive in 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, the potential that our life may grow. One day I want to have kids. And when I do have kids, I want to be able to give them something that I didn't have. I want to be able to have a foundation in which I don't have to be a slave to work the way I'm working now when I'm having my children. So it's one of them things like, put money away now, little bit. 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% of your money in a year, put it away in various investments. Whether you agree with what we're talking about or just do your research. This is why last week when we talked about the what is it called? The Earn Your Leisure. These are things that are so important because you put money away to these things. And look, at the end of the day, instead of throwing away money on fucking clothes, shoes, going to the club, getting fucking sections. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you won't find me pay money for a fucking section.
Yeah, that shit is wild.
Especially, first off,
wow.
I don't want all these motherfuckers around me. Just to be real with you. But another thing is, why would I spend, 5 times, 10 times more money for a bottle when I could just go to Specs and get it for $30 instead of me paying $400 for it? Just to have some girls with some glowing flashlights put with a sign with a fucking name on it, and then I post it thinking like I'm a real nigga. No, man. Like this shit. But see, you laugh.
No, but I'm
laugh,
saying, I feel you though.
But I'm telling you, bro, it irks me. It irritates me.
I don't see why it irks you.
Because I say because
you can't save them, dog.
We are so fucking reactionary. Okay. We are reactionary. You know what I'm saying? It's not until we hit rock bottom, it's not until we don't have shit that we start saying things like the white man or the government or whoever the fuck is not here to help us. Well, no, motherfucker, you not here to help yourself.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like that money that you put towards that fucking bottle of whatever with the section, you doing that 3 times a year, 4 times a year, 5. Some of y'all doing that shit every other week.
Yeah.
Some of y'all doing that shit every other week. And because you going every other week, you can't wear the same shit. So what you got to do? Now there comes a cost or a tax to live that kind of lifestyle. Now you got to spend an additional $500 a month, $1,000 a month on new shit so you can keep looking like you that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm living off of 1 box until I move to my new crib. I'm not unboxing all my shit. Y'all going to see me on this podcast wearing the same motherfucking shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, who here, who cares? Who cares? Who we spending this money for? You know what I'm saying? It's, bro, these insecurities that we have, but we do not sit up there and want to invest on our future. And that is the problem. And we're going to blame society or blame a community of people when in reality, we were in control the whole entire time. That's what irks me.
Okay.
That's what irritates me. When I have conversations about, hey, just go get a Roth IRA. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to look at it as if like you just quote unquote investing. Look at it as a savings account.
Yeah.
Look at it as when I'm done working in life, you know what I'm saying? I can sit back on this cushion of money that I've put towards retirement. Just look at it as a savings account because half of y'all niggas don't even have $2,000, $3,000 to your name in a savings account. Mm-hmm. An emergency can happen today and you hit up a nigga to say, hey, can I get a loan or can I get some money? That's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You get what I'm saying? And okay. that's what I'm truly scared, bro, because I'm telling you right now, when that switch does happen from what you're talking about, if it does happen, bro, there's going to be a community of individuals who are not ready for that switch. And the community that I see are the people who look like me. You know what I'm saying? And that is my biggest fear. I digress. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to turn into a heated, you know what I'm saying, discussion about it too much. I just fear that us as a people, bro, we are not listening to things like invest in yourself. Look 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line. We've already lived. I'm 32 years of age. I've lived half of my life.
I got you, but hold on. I just want to interject here just real quick because as we talked about before, I think sometimes, man, you don't give enough credit to the fact that the Black community is taking strides every year to invest more. So the thing I just told you that, like on the Earn Your Leisure pod that I was watching, they were sitting down with an exec from BlackRock, and he was talking like how up African American investing is. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like we're talking about generations of like not trusting systems, and like now Black people starting to find ways to start to trust these systems. Black people, and I'm not trying to joke, Black people still eat their steak medium, still eat their steak well done. You know what I'm saying? 90% of Black people still eat their steak well done.
Medium well.
So like you out here talking about
I know some people like it rare. That's disgusting. Medium well, but go ahead.
Medium rare for me, but depending. Ribeyes, medium well. But getting back to what I was talking about. Like now we're talking about investing when it's not something that is taught to us growing up, right? And so that although it's always on you as a person to make sure that like you're properly educating yourself, and this is the golden age of information, but this is also the golden age of misinformation as well, right? So a lot of times people don't know. If I feel like people don't also have excellent resources to look into, right? And it's easy to say Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, and all that, but it's a lot of experts that'll tell you that quite a few of those stocks are overinflated, and you know what I'm saying, just in general thinks that like they're gonna bottom out here pretty soon. But again, right, like if you're listening to people who say that, right, then you don't even think that you should be investing in the big brands, right? But then if you're taking that advice, now you're seeing Tesla, Apple, and Microsoft and Google still keep climbing, right? So like it's I don't want to make excuses, but I'm telling you that like it is really hard for people, especially who have no knowledge of investing, just to jump right in and start. But even more so, to your point, I get it, right? Like I'm never gonna sit up here and argue with you about saying people are not taking care of what they need to do and not investing and not properly doing all that. All that is true, 100%, no lie. But I really think that like we need to give more credence to the fact that like, a lot of Black people don't even know where to start or where to begin. And so those resources are available to you. Earn Your Leisure is a great resource, but also take a lot of what you hear with a grain of salt. That's why I don't never tell y'all to go invest. I tell y'all to go look into these things because like you need to learn. The crypto market ain't for everybody. Like we woke up today and like we're closing out today, we're down like 15%. A lot of people, that's really hard for them to look at. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw 40% gains, now you seeing a 15% drop. You may think, oh no, this just going to zero. That same shit happens in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what stocks you're invested in. So it's really hard to for me to categorize and say as a whole, because personally, the way that I feel is you're talking about an American problem. Like this isn't like a Black person's problem. Like we feel inclined to speak on it because like those are our people and we see bottles and shit like that. But it's plenty of people out here buying boats on credit, fucking, saying trucks, getting 6-inch lifts and shit on credit. Like that's what white people do. White people go buy guns and shit. They go buy like shit that they can't afford either. We just used to seeing niggas buying bottles and sections and clothes and shit. But like America has a consuming problem.
America does. America does.
So
I will say with that though, it may be because I am Black and I'm in the middle of my community.
Yeah.
I just feel like we doing too much of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But look,
that's the point of inflation, right? In case y'all didn't know, because let me just throw a tad bit in here. The point of the Fed raising interest rates was to slow down consumer spending. So because consumer spending is what causes inflation. That's what they'll tell you. But either way, that's the point of it. And just so y'all know, they tried to institute a recession. Like that's the point. Like because recessions create a reset, and then everything kind of like starts to go back down, and everything is cheaper, and so then you can start to afford things again. But in those recessions, a lot of people get laid off. A lot of hurt comes from it, but they're fully aware of that. But that's how they keep kicking the can down the road, right? They, saying they raise interest rates. People can't afford to take out money. People stop spending. People get laid off. All of a sudden, prices start going down. Guess what? That's called deflation. Then market starts moving again.
I'm 100% ready for another recession. In the next, if we can get one in about a year, year and a half. And look, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm an opportunist. I'm an opportunist. So I feel like
boys be wild.
What?
I say nothing. No, that's just wild. Because I do not want a recession. A lot of people gonna get hurt from a recession. Once you want a recession,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, keep that to yourself. When we don't put that type of energy on the spot. I'm not gonna allow that. No, we don't want a recession.
I apologize.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that bullshit. Yeah, fuck all that shit. Anyway, look, I'm
picking
not
some things on the cheap during the recession.
I'm not gonna preach to y'all. I'm gonna tell you, look, everybody alarm clock come on at different times. Shout out to my boy Wallah. I started from him. I don't care when it comes on, man. And it's just at some point in time, it's gotta come on. And that's all I'm saying. And like, again,
hopefully sooner than later though.
Hopefully, right? I can't tell you what to do. But the point is, the point of all this is, man, is just understand that, like, yo, if you can find anything, right? Like, it's been plenty of people. It's been people who got into the baseball card market, and now they're millionaires. Again, remember I told you, like, boys out here trading Pokemon cards. Like, you see it in everything, dog. Like,
it's crazy. If I'd have kept some of these Pokemon cards that I had when I was a kid,
you might have at least a little bread, right?
It would have been a wrap.
At least a little bread.
Because some of those are like OGs.
Yeah.
Some of those was like
I was like,
OGs.
I never had a Charizard. Charizard is still the most popular one. I think it's going for like 250, 300,000.
Some of those
You know
things
what I'm
is
saying?
OGs, especially the holographic joints.
Yeah, that's the one going for like, that's the one going for like 300, 250 grand.
Man.
Yeah, boys out here making a killing, man. There's just that, man. Is you know, we took a little longer on this one than we wanted to. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's funny that, like I said, we was having this conversation with my cousin. I was all like, yo, man, I get all these conversations all the time. Not just from him, right? I get it from other people. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, for all the people that listen to it, that talk to me, that like, yo, let me just go ahead and put this out here because I don't be feeling like texting all that shit. I was all like, yo, let me just run through this shit in a pod.
You'll just share this pod with them.
Again, just know that, just leave y'all on this last one thing, dog. Like, Uber didn't see, you know, the taxi drivers didn't see Uber coming. You know what I'm saying? MySpace didn't see Facebook coming. Fucking fucking mom and pop shops didn't see the internet coming. Walmart, Target didn't see Amazon coming.
Yeah.
Like, Pizza Hut, Domino's didn't see Uber Eats and DoorDash coming. Like, whenever there's a disruptive technology, you're gonna get people.
Blockbuster did not see Netflix coming.
No, they didn't see Redbox coming, and Redbox didn't see Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's evolutions to this shit.
Redbox thought they did something. Them niggas got leapfrog quick.
Dog, they still around though. Shout out to them though.
They are. You barely see them, but who the fuck using Redbox?
Dog, like, take your archaic ass back to the
who the fuck is using Redbox?
No, like, you wild if you still using Redbox.
The other day and I was like,
it's literally for nostalgic reasons.
You think somebody really putting their money in there to get a DVD? That's what I'm thinking about.
So Redbox out here laundering money, bro. Like, it's gotta be a laundering front at this point. It's gotta be a laundering
allegedly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arby's too. Arby's is a laundering front too. Arby's up north.
Hold on now.
Arby's up north.
Hold on now.
Hold on. Listen to me.
Hold on now.
Listen. Hey.
Don't talk about about their Arby's.
Hold on. Wait.
Don't talk about their Arby's.
Listen.
Arby's is a religion to some of these folks.
Listen, up north, not down here, ain't nobody ever at Arby's.
No, there's a lot of Billies who eat them fucking Arby's.
Man, listen, I done been through Arby's. I done been about Arby's enough. First off, I've had Arby's. They're not bad, okay?
Curly fries is fire. That's the only thing I've had from there, though.
And a chicken sandwich. Chicken sandwich is good practically anywhere, but yeah, chicken sandwich and fries.
I would never even trust a chicken sandwich, but I hear you, though.
Man, that's crazy. Okay, anyway. But yeah, I'm just saying, I've never seen nobody at Arby's, bro. Like, never. There's never anybody at Arby's.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't commercials.
I've never seen a second car in the line ever.
That is wild. That is true.
I've never seen a second car in the line ever.
I don't think I've ever passed an Arby's and like saw somebody in the drive-thru while somebody was pulling into the drive-thru. I've never seen it.
I've been to Arby's like 3 times. Okay, because one used to be in the parking lot of a Walmart that I worked at, and I went there twice. And my cousin took me to another one. I never seen people in that motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. Just even talking about Arby's, like, my stomach be bubbling. Like,
damn, Arby's,
Arby's
be wilding with the sandwiches though.
The
they be having like 3 different meats on shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. It's not my thing. Like, yeah, I've never gave it a shot, so I won't talk shit about them. But
a real shot where like I tried multiple things on the menu.
No, I've never tried shit with the curly fries.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I've had the chicken sandwich only.
I've never had the chicken sandwich. Never had no. Do they have chicken strips over there?
Probably.
Maybe. I've never had them. All I've had is the curly fries because that's the only thing I heard it was good at Arby's. And I'm not even gonna say it was good. It was just fucking curly fries.
I ain't never seen nobody ride for Arby's. I ain't never seen nobody in Arby's. It's always been me, maybe like one other person.
I swear to God, he the only dude I know that's ever ate Arby's.
Yeah, I've eaten there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've eaten there, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, time to get off of that, man. Wait, one last thing before we get up out of here, man. I just want to run through this clip here from Nick Saban, and we'll discuss that real quick.
You just retired from a amazingly and historically significant coaching career. How much did the current chaos and state of the law contribute to your decision to retire now?
Well, all the things that I believed in for all these years, 50 years of coaching, no longer exist in college athletics. So it's always was about developing players. It was always about helping people be more successful in life. My wife even said to me, we'd have all the recruits over on Sunday with their parents for breakfast, and she would always meet with the mothers and talk about how she was going to help and impact their sons and how they would be well taken care of. And she came to me, like right before I retired and said, why are we doing this? And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you're going to develop them, which is all what we've always done. So why are we doing this? So, to me, that was sort of a red alert that we really are creating a circumstance here that is not beneficial to the development of young people, which is why I always did what I did. My dad did it. I did it. And that's the reason that I always like college athletics more than the NFL, is because you had the opportunity to develop young people. So, and I want their quality of life to be good. I think, as I said before, name, image, and likeness is a great opportunity for them to create a brand for themselves. I'm not against that at all. But to come up with some kind of a system that still can help the development of young people, I think is paramount to the future of college athletics.
This shit about to piss me off, dog.
Okay. All right, hold on.
You be putting these fucking things at the end
Hold
that make my fucking blood pressure, dog.
Hold on, wait.
Oh
Let me lead off here real quick, man, because I want to stress this. Again, there's two possibilities here. The first one being is that Nick Saban is an absolute fucking liar, and he got tired of dealing with the fact that like recruitment has been down at Alabama, and the fact that like now they've instituted NIL and the portal. Two things that are going to be really hard for him to keep recruiting and winning in the future. Because again, Alabama for years had to pick at the litter, and now that's gone. And so now he's just making up excuse after excuse, blaming other shit as to why he decided to leave college football. And that bullshit at the end where he's talking about how like that's why he like college football more than NFL. No, it's because you were a fucking shitty ass coach in the NFL. And you realize that like, yo,
dog,
like
the nigga was ass.
Not getting great talent. Like not getting gret talent isn't like the same.
He was garbage. You had top talent and you couldn't win shit against other top talent. What are you talking about, man?
So again, like that's the first possibility.
You chose college football because that was the only thing that you were successful at.
Yeah. Now, here's the second part.
And it would tarnish your reputation if you step back into the NFL and got your ass whooped again.
Yeah, but by that point, he was in sports lore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, look at Hardball.
Yeah,
he went from football, made it to the Super Bowl, got knocked back down to college, and is now taking a chance back to the motherfucking Super Bowl. Back in the NFL. Yeah. What are we talking about?
Well, Harbaugh's proven at every level, so we know he's a good coach. It doesn't matter where you put him.
Come on, man, don't get.
Yeah.
And why the fuck are we on the Senate floor talking about this shit?
Hold on, that's a conversation for an entirely different day. But hold on, I need to get to my second point here because this is very important because I also seen a clip this week from something that I want to talk about. I don't want to take too much more time, and y'all, we're going to try to get y'all out of here in the next 10 minutes, but here it is, man. I want y'all to understand something. I saw a clip this week where a dude was on the Senate floor, and he was making this speech, and he was talking about how, like, the USA is behind in the birth rate. Like, we're not birthing enough people to fill future jobs that we're going to have in the country.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Now, here's the problem. Here's the first problem with that statement. One, we are not digits on a fucking piece of paper.
Mind you, we got women out here having 7 kids.
Go ahead. We are humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not like little things on a piece of paper for you to make sure fills a fucking void. Like, we have lives that exist outside of just creating things for jobs. Like, we're not, to the point, it almost feels like at this point, like we're just literally producers of wealth. Okay. That's how they see us. We're not anything else other than that. You are now just a digit on a piece of paper that is able to produce wealth for the wealthy. Now, outside of that, I will say this, because this is where I want y'all to point home. I really want y'all to understand, man. A lot of these people are delusional. I mean, they are so far removed from reality. I mean, like at this point, I'm considering like a real possibility. Not even on like some trying to be facetious or like say like they're stupid. I mean, actually completely removed from reality. This man is bringing people into his home who come from some of the worst and poorest, impoverished areas of the country, and is wondering why, since they now have the opportunity to make money, they're trying to figure out how much they can get paid. You are a fucking idiot.
He's not an idiot.
Now, fuck all that. You are a fucking idiot. You are so far removed from reality that you do not understand the society and the world that your players come from. Like, nobody seems to have a grip on reality anymore. Like, I can't believe they're just playing in our faces like this. Like, it has to be more than that. It has to be that they don't have any understanding of anything outside of their own reality. And I know, like, I may be being a little bit aggressive here, calling them stupid and an idiot, but like, what more can I say? If you can't see beyond the periphery of your own vision, you're a fucking idiot.
Nick Saban is a piece of shit.
You go with that too?
He is legitimately a piece of shit. You decided to take taxpayer dollars and utilize the Senate floor as your platform to tell people that the reason why you retired, is not because you were, let me tell you something. If Nick Saban won back-to-back championships the past 2 years, you think he would have fucking retired?
No.
You think he would have fucking retired?
Absolutely not.
You're getting people from the ghettos, from the slums, who probably have brothers and sisters, who probably have fatherless homes or broken homes, things of that nature, the majority. I'm not going to say all of them, but who have the opportunity of talent to play football and are coming to your school prior to NIL deals. They were coming to your school for one thing and one thing only. They know that your school gives them the best opportunity, if done well, gives them the opportunity to get to the NFL, where they can make millions. And now that they have an opportunity to make millions prior to making it to the NFL, you're talking about you don't understand why they do not want to come here or maybe go somewhere else that is given the opportunity to make millions. This is football. If they get injured tomorrow, they're done.
Career over.
They're done. Look at Archie Manning. Look at that nigga.
Yeah.
I remember when he came out of high school, he was the top three. He was top three as far as NIL money.
Yep.
Have we seen this nigga on the fucking field? Have we seen this nigga on the field? No.
Nope.
So what I'm trying to tell you is about winning and fucking losing. And for a lot of these dudes, it's about money. It is about money because they don't even know if they can make it to the NFL. So if you give somebody the opportunity to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, let's look at women's basketball, for example. They making more money in NIL deals in college women's basketball than they'll make ever in their career in a year playing in the WNBA. What are we talking about here? All this is about money. My nigga, if you that worried about it, how about you forego your paycheck? If you really love your job, forego your paycheck and continue to teach these niggas. But now that you made your millions on top of millions on top of millions,
like
now you have a fucking opinion about a motherfucker who trying to make themselves at least $1 million. Well, you a piece of shit. And we'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have a great week. I think that's pretty much the end of it. I don't know. We don't even need to go any further on the subject. I'm mad at you. This is how we gonna end the pod. But it doesn't make no fucking sense that somebody who's playing a sport who can literally get injured. You got Damar Hamlin who did die, not damn near, who died on the field playing this sport. So you want them to do it for free. You sell their jerseys, confetti falls, school makes millions, billions of dollars, and then they don't get shit but an opportunity to play football for fucking Nick Saban. I would say go suck a dick. But that might be, you know what I'm saying, that might, infringe on the LGBTQ community. But I would not mind if you would go do that, sir. You piece of shit. Yeah.
I couldn't say that better myself, man. All right. Well, yo, that's it. That's all we have for y'all, man. If you made it this far, we appreciate you for kicking it with us. Make sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tell your mom, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, homie, somebody, anybody, doesn't matter. Don't care. Tell a friend, tell a boss, tell anybody. With that being said, man, as always, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time.